Whenever I'm alone in a bunker, it makes me feel like stockpiling HydroxyChloroQuine again. Whenever I'm alone in a bunker, it makes me want to broadcast about the cure again. However far away, it's about 93 million miles to it. Whatever I happen to say, I'll always get censored if I'm posting things to YouTube. Anyway, enough about the cure. Let's talk about the sun, which has 0 sunspots, heavy coronal hole features in the southern hemisphere. We see a little bit of crown prominence style activity happening in the northern hemisphere. And we are streaming this live to Twitch, by the way, folks. If you're not viewing it live, you're viewing it Memorex. Anyway, we're expecting a coronal hole wind stream to show up this weekend. I would expect it to probably arrive midday tomorrow on Saturday. And that's a 48-hour sun movie courtesy of the SDO. Let's talk about cringeworthy. If you thought this scene was cringeworthy, well, this scene is even worse. Because check it out, folks. Another video has been demonetized, and we're setting it to public. We're setting it to private from public before your very eyes. Since YouTube likes to obfuscate the truth and hide vital information, we've decided to remove another video. This one's under review, but this one here, the one we just set to private, that one has been confirmed by manual review as not suitable for advertisers, which means it gets buried in search, and so now it's only available on BitChute. That's right, bitchute.com/smAsho. Thanks to our new subscribers over there. Here's a clip from the video as a teaser. If you don't follow us on BitChute, you should, because we put exclusive content on all platforms. On. Why? Because I have insight into how the supply chain works, as I am a crucial cog in the food supply. So if you'd like to watch that, feel free. Also, here's some information about which vitamins I've been taking. It's on Instagram.
Here's a quick one about supplements. Here's what I'm taking today. That is half of a multivitamin. That's a calcium plus D. That is L-lysine, the essential amino acid essential for hormone, enzyme, and antibody production. Vitamin C, chewable, and a vitamin E.
Anyway, also follow us on Gab if you like. It's like an alternative to Twitter, I guess you could say. Gab.com/smAsho. Also, we are on Twitter. And for instance, I've just replied to one of Andrew Yang's dumb posts. Hey, America, it's $2 trillion. Where'd we get it from? Are you catching on? Catching on to what, Andrew? Inflation? Because that's what's happening, by the way. Your dollars are being devalued before your very eyes as a hidden tax is being paid by everybody in the world holding dollars. We also are on Minds, and we blew past 600,000 views faster than you could say lickety-split. Minds.com/smAsho. The alternative to Facebook, where you won't get censored, you won't get shadow banned, and you won't have to make memes about Mark Zuckerberg. Next, we'll look at HelioViewer, looking at the fields, showing you how there are 0 sunspots. Some bright spots there in the North Pole, so that's something to keep an eye on throughout the day. And we've made no custom HelioViewer videos today because there's too much stuff to cover. So we're just going to look at another 48-hour video here from the SDO. It's 94 angstroms. And you see some bright spots there. Again, no sunspots. And a little bit of crown prominence, a little bit of crown prominence happening up there in the North Pole area. Let's get on to some more data. .7 centimeter radial flux, which is a good proxy for sunspot number, a good proxy for solar cycles in general, is at 70 solar flux units, still basically solar minimum conditions. Here's where planets are in the solar system. There's where things will be in 1 week. And we could have something forming here. I'm not sure. It could be. It could. All right. Let's not get too graphic here, folks. No. No to that. No. Yes. That. Not that. No. Yes. Here's where stars are, and so on. I like to use in-the-sky.org. For some reason, I can't animate the chart anymore. And by the way, we are going to talk about Opera. Oh yeah, Opera. The browser with the free VPN included. Goes X-ray flux is flatlined. We'll get to Opera momentarily here. No significant X-ray flares or anything like that, obviously. Real-time solar wind showing us a repeatedly shifting phi angle here. Looks like some sporadic connections to the coronal hole north of the South Pole area, south of the equator. Solar wind speed's been ramping down, now down to about 400. And solar wind density also ramped down over the past 12 hours to 4.48 protons per cubic centimeter. Here's the data from ACE, and there's the last 5 minutes while I did show prep. Next, we'll look at geospace magnetosphere movies. And allow me to vanish off the screen. Anyway, that's 4 hours of data. And that's the University of Michigan Geospace Model V1.5, which is based on the Space Weather Modeling Framework, which has nothing to do with Cindy Crawford. It's a different kind of modeling we're talking about. Anyway, magnetosphere is looking pretty weak. And you can see some attitude. No. Next, we'll look at ground geospace magnetic perturbations. And we can see we've got 2 North Poles, one over Canada, one over Siberia, and a South Pole creeping into the southern Indian Ocean, like this. If you weren't aware, welcome to the Neo-Renaissance, the pole excursion, the geomagnetic excursion, folks. And again, we are streaming live to Twitch. So if you're viewing live, please leave a comment. And we are fixing to get all of those posted onto the screen. Anyway, there's 4 hours of data. Ground magnetic perturbations. Next, GOES magnetometers. And we see only one of them. It's the GOES 16. And it's still sending back spiky looking data. And when I say spiky, I mean not so much like this, but more like this. It's pretty volatile up there. And here's the view from the top view ecliptic plane field plot. This data is based on 51 ground-based magnetometers here on Earth, and 1 on stereo A, which is out here, and 1 on stereo B, which is out here. And we're going to continue to see that spikiness. Keep in mind the magnetic environment can change at any moment, and this data is 1 hour and 16 minutes old. Here's the line of sight field plot. Looking at this from 90-degree angles from the view we were just looking at. Please leave a comment if you're viewing the video from a different solar system, planet, spaceship, universe, time frame, etc. Next, we're going to look at the total electron content forecast. Nothing too crazy going on there. In fact, we've seen the electron flux dip down to very low levels again. So maybe that coronal hole wind stream will arrive a little earlier than expected, but in any case, there is the greater than 2 mega electron volt electron flux. They're relativistic electrons, and you can see it's topped out. And that's probably going to dip now, as we've seen the GOES electron flux dip. And we're only seeing 1 spacecraft sending data for quite a while now. Let's hope there's no damage up there. And dear India, if you shot down the satellite, you're in trouble. Next, we're looking at the ionosphere map here, 6 hours of data. And it's looking a little bit anomalous here on the nighttime side, especially around the South Atlantic anomaly, which is off the east coast of South America, if you weren't aware. A little bit anomalous there. But nothing too crazy. And there's the latest image at 7:30. And it looks like it's normalizing as we make the video. Next, we'll look at windy.com's pressure maps. They've got a great mobile app also, by the way, if you weren't aware, windy.com. And we're going to let that advance about 24 hours into tomorrow via the GFS forecast to see where things will be on Saturday. And there's where things will be on Saturday about 1 p.m. my time. And for all you new viewers out there, I am located in Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania. Next, we'll do earthquakes. It looks like the largest of the past 24 was this 6.1 at the Philippines. Let's hope it didn't cause too much damage and destruction. And I'm just going to scroll up the list here. Holy cripes! A 5.0 strikes Texas. Now, that is an oddity to say the least. And there is the location of that. Located near Pecos. Pecos Bill, if you're watching, leave a comment. Let us know if you felt that quake. Juarez, El Paso, possibly Albuquerque, Lubbock, etc. A 5.0 magnitude quake strikes Texas, folks. And only 20 minutes later, that 6.1 strikes the Philippines. So Texas and then Philippines. That 6.1 magnitude quake at 54.3 kilometers. And we're just going to scroll up the list here and keep this thing moving as we've got content to make today. And there's a deep quake in Alaska. It's 250 kilometers deep. Here's a deep quake at Northern Mariana Islands. That one's 228 kilometers deep and a 4.4 magnitude. Here's a very deep quake at Japan, nearly 500 kilometers depth at a 4.1 magnitude. Followed almost exactly 1 hour later by an Indonesian deep quake at 108 kilometers. And let's move on to no. And we're not doing any cosmology segments today because there's just too much stuff to cover, and we'll have to make a second video if we're going to even talk cosmology. Let's talk elderberries. Now, we posted on this at smashomash.com/forum in the free-for-all forum about the you-know-what pandemic. And, yeah, elderberry. It seems to have some effect with the immune system. It seems to have activity against certain illnesses, including the flu, and might reduce inflammation. And we're talking about the dark purple berry from the European elder tree. Don't get it confused with other elderberries. And next we're going to talk about the Smash forum. So we've got a over 16-page section here, which we started covering this back on the 23rd of January, updating it every day. And there's somebody getting charged for coughing on $35,000 worth of food, which is trashed from a grocery store in Pennsylvania. Well done, dum-dum. And now she's facing jail time over doing something very stupid. Criminal charges filed against a woman who coughed on more than $35,000 worth of food to be thrown away, causing it to be thrown away, which grocery store owners are calling a prank. The Hanover Township Police Department investigated the incidents at 2280 Sans Souci Parkway, Garrity's Supermarket. Also, some other idiots. Let's see. These geniuses. This genius here, Justin M. Rhodes, age 31 from North Carolina, was was arrested for allegedly pretending to have a certain popular illness and going to Walmart proudly talking about it in a Facebook video. If I got it, y'all gonna get it too, he said in a 3-minute video. Fuck all y'all, that's how I feel about it. Wow. Smart. So we've posted that in 2 different sections on our forum, as we have one about psychology called Insanity Files. As the U.S. overtakes China. China. You're gonna make America great again. Okay. Anyway, America takes the lead as India introduces a $22.6 billion stimulus package, and all kinds of other things happen. So if you want to read about it, head to smashomash.com/forum. If you weren't aware, tell your friends, tell your foes. Don't get coughed on by one and all for everyone, as all kinds of crazy procedures get picked up. We also picked up one about, let's see, what's this one? Okay, that's the same article. Just scrolling here to give you a teaser. Please bear with me. As firefighters are spraying Lysol out of their fire trucks in some places. Wake up, folks. Your fears are being manipulated. And also this story here. Let's see, is this the right one? A Swiss doctor. And that one's from March 14th, but we didn't publish it. This is the article from the Swiss Propaganda Research. Anyway, if you weren't aware of L-lysine, the essential amino acid that I talked about in that Instagram post, L-lysine, essential amino acid, perhaps supplement that, as people already take it for viral suppression. And can you say hydroxychloroquine, hydroxychloroquine, hydroxychloroquine? Can you say silver? Well, it's back on the rise again. It's up nearly 1 penny, as it looks like it reached a support level at $15 an ounce. Also, I would note the volatility index is the highest it's ever been by far. A trader's dream, and if you're an individual stock picker, this is your Shangri-La. Anyway, U.S. cases have now surpassed everybody else, currently at 85,991, as reported by Johns Hopkins. Total worldwide, just over 500,000, 500,000 cases. Total deaths at 24,077, and total recovered 122,672. And can you say, has anybody informed you of the fact that, man, apparently it's been getting into gaming. Somebody's been playing Wolfenstein Enemy Territory with the moniker HydroxyChloroQuine. I wonder who that might have been. Who do you think it might have been, folks? Have you been believing a bunch of
propaganda
coming out of the mainstream news and out of governments and out of people's mouths? Have you been subjected to a massive
disinformation
campaign? Or is it more of a
misinformation
campaign? Even Merriam-Webster suffering, apparently, as they have not updated their word of the day. Perhaps a
ninja
has assassinated whoever's been updating their word of the day. Now, let's talk about Opera. Opera has a free VPN. Once you install it, Opera that is, it's very easy to use. Just enable the VPN by going into settings, and then you can come over here and you can change your location. Optimal, Europe, Americas, or Asia. And why do I have a Google search open? Well, there's a reason for it, folks. It's because this search was done while pretending I'm in Asia with the VPN. See that? This one was done pretending I'm in Europe with the VPN. And notice how you get totally different search results. And that is because the scam that is known as Google does not return objective search results. Search results on Google are based on all kinds of things, such as the political affiliations of your country. No. Yes. No. Such as the political affiliations of your country. You stay over there. As Google suppresses the minority view in search. And also, it's, it's yes, no, yeah, yes, no, yes, no, yes. Let's look at volcanoes. Sakurajima's been erupting, producing a 10,000-foot ash plume. Mount Merapi back on the list. Flight level 16,000 there. Popocatépetl exploding. Flight level 21,000 there. Sangay exploding. Flight level 20,000 there. Revenador exploding. Flight level 15,000 there. Sabancaya exploding, producing a 24,000-foot ash plume. Please do not attempt to do the triple Lindy, made famous by Rodney Dangerfield in the movie Back to School, over the caldera, as it could be unhealthful. Here's what the jet streams are doing in the eastern world. Check out this anomaly. Whoa, that's not what I meant to do. I apologize. Check out this anomaly. It's an anticyclone, which you can see those when you see clockwise rotation in the northern hemisphere, or counterclockwise rotation in the southern hemisphere, folks. And there's the jets of the western world. Next, we're going to look at water vapor maps. There is Europe and Africa. Here is the Far East and Oceania. Please leave a comment if you're viewing our content from a different continent. Whether you're on BitChute, bitchute.com/smashomash, or YouTube. And consider sharing on your social media. And share in the massive success of our BitChute page. And the massive suppression of information via our YouTube page. Anyway, there's a U.S. water vapor map. And we've got some severe storms over northern Missouri. Missouri. Please leave a comment if you're viewing from Missouri. There's the sudden cloud nucleation. And it looks like it'll be moving through fairly quickly there. Although there will be some repeated storms, it looks like. And let's look at the Doppler radar map, and there you can see that line of severe storms. Actually, it looks like they're going to linger there for a while, folks. Not good news. And those look pretty bad. And let's check out the lightning scenario. St. Louis, there's thunder rolling in big time. And if you're in St. Louis, go have a look to the north. See if you can see some sprites on those cloud tops. That is the kind of storm that would produce them. And if you haven't checked it out, check out lightningmaps.org. It's fantastic. Sends you real-time thunder estimations. And yes, you can calculate the air pressure by timing thunder. We won't get into it. But thanks, Smash Team, for tuning in. We've got some bonus features here. But first, please consider becoming a patron, the real source of funding for this content, as YouTube tries its best, as we've demonstrated, to pay us nothing. We're also on Subscribestar. There's a different tier there. It's $3 a month as opposed to the $1.99. I mean the $1 or $9.99 a month on Patreon. Next, we're looking at the intensitygram to show you no sunspots. Next, we're looking at the magnetogram to show you any bright spots, and there are none. It's a pretty blank disk. Small bright spot there is about all you're going to see. Keep an eye on it. And when I say eye on, I'm talking about whenever I'm alone in a bunker, you make me feel like looking at the sun again. Whenever I'm alone in a bunker, I talk about HydroxyChloroQuine again. However far away, I will always vanish. Anyway, folks, we're out. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, stare at the sun, don't drink it. If you do, don't drive. And since it'll never be now again, may the misinformation, disinformation, and propaganda be off of your screen, and the solar wind be at your back.